Hey, and welcome to another episode. My name is Daystro, the Aussie Geek, and today we will be looking at the power of the primes, Rodimus Unicronus. And of course, if you have seen my Fix-It video, then you knew this guy was coming. If you didn't see my Fix-It video, surprise, Rodimus Unicronus. So here he is in, let's call it the Winnebago mode. Looks rather nice. I will say I didn't get the Commander version of Rodimus because honestly I didn't like it. I prefer the way this looks, whereas the cab's sort of underneath the trailer. To me, the Commander one was too far forward. He does come with guns, which are separated. You can plug them together, if I have them the right way around, to make Rodimus's rifle. But we'll put that off to the side for the moment. So we'll do one quick size comparison. There he is with Windblade. Oh, and I did not get the normal Rodimus Prime version of this because honestly I wasn't a fan of the two-tone reds, but I do like this. So there he is. He does roll. He has plastic wheels. Everything's plastic. Not the best stickers, but it's alright. So let's get down to first. Let's have a look at the hot rod mode. So you can just unplug this and unplug that. Do the same on the other side. Unclip this, unplug that, and chances are the arms are going to start trying to split apart. If you have trouble getting this guy onto here, apart from the tab that goes into the top, which is not the best, there is a port here and a tab here. If you can get these pushed far enough and tab those in, everything else should work out perfectly. So pull that out, pull that apart. We'll put the trailer aside for the time being. Here is hot rod. That just slides back to fill that out. And the same tab that we were using is now being used here as well. So that all just, whoops, gets under there. I feel like I just flipped that off its tab. It's whatever you want to call it. I go back there and hopefully everything lines up a little bit. Not the best. But hey, I have this guy usually in his evil mode, so either way. So there is the hot rod mode. Once again, quick size comparison with Windblade. And he does everything that you would expect him to do. Get that out a bit. So it is hot rod. This obviously does not lift up or anything. So let's get down to first transformation. So we're going to pull that back and fold that forward again like it was. We're going to come back here and you're going to pull down on the right and then out because there's a hook tab here and a tab here. So it goes into here and then here. So when you put it in, you got to put that in an angle and then up. So down. We can untab the arms and it untabs here as well. Bring them down. We can bring this forward, which reveals the head. We're going to lift up, turn it around, flip it back down, and put that back up. We can then rotate this around, and this tab's going to go into here. So that gives him his look. Come here, flip out his feet and close that back up again. Put that down, and there is hot rod off, and bend his elbows to untab them. So there is hot rod in his base mode. If you watched the Machinima series, you would have noticed he had a standard faceplate, and of course you can take these and plug them into there. So here's what it is. So for articulation in this mode, his head can't do a full 360 due to the collars. His arms can do a full 360 and go out that far. He has ball jointed bicep rotation. His knee elbows go all the way up, especially due to transformation. He has no waist swivel. He has no bend. His hands don't move because it's one piece. No fingers obviously either. You lift up the flap. Leg only goes up that far. Due to the backpack, it only goes back that far. If you angle it out a little bit, it can go up that far. Do that down. He has rotation at the knee, can go back that far, can go forward that far. He has no ankle tilt, although he does have inward knee bend if you works for you. Foot can go down that far and can go up that far. So let's get down to another size comparison. Here is with Masterpiece Hot Rod. So there we go. All right, let's bring this trailer back in and let's get him into Rodimus mode. So actually, we'll get this guy back to where he was. Give me 1 second, I'll get him back to a bit of a starter point. So I've got him as far back as this, so that we can do some other things. Feet are put away, heads put away, and so on and so forth. I haven't re-tabbed the arms back in because you will see why. We'll also untab that and we'll rotate that around, and that's going to come up here for the time being. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn him upside down, make him do the splits, and we're going to lift up that, and we're going to, going to rotate it so his shins are the other way around. So you basically want him doing this really bizarre, weird shape. So that's him. All right, so trailer. There is no base mode or anything for this, so get on with it. Unplug these, which become his arms. Just flip that back, and it just tabs in the back there, here to here. And if you're not sure which way these go, I'll move the smokestacks. You always have this shape facing away, and face when you put in trailer mode, and forward when it comes to robot mode. So what you can do is there's tabs here which plug into here, and that go like that. So we're getting there, we're getting somewhere. Very weirdly we're getting somewhere, but we're getting somewhere. All right, next what we're going to do is fold these back. We come back here and untab his feet, and that's going to pull down because these tab into here. Going to split that apart so we can rotate this all the way up. So where those ports were, now where these are, that's going to fold up. Stretch the legs up, drop the cod piece, flip out his ankles, and then we can close this up, and we're going to rotate that down so it's like that. Now we do have a matrix of leadership, if I can get it out, and it's a standard Power of the Primes one. Don't know how well I'll be able to focus on this, because you can literally just pull that out and stick it in a head. I don't have a torch here, but that can what's the word? Light piping. So it's up to you if you want to use it. As for comparison, there it is with MP10's matrix. Whoops. So that is the matrix of Unicron. So that can just go back in there. All right, so let us continue. We're going to take what we've built of Hot Rod. This is going to slide into the back here, and awkwardly enough, all this is going to clip onto his crutch. So it is what it is. Just push it down. Doesn't really go click, it just sort of sits into place. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold all this down. If I can actually show you a better angle. So the whole of the front of the car is going to fold down here. It should untab, or it'll start trying to untab everything else. If you need to, you may have to do it just separately. There we go. That's going to fold down. I think I've come loose now. And that's just going to fold down and just fold the arms with it. So that's going to come down, and I think I have, yep, I have dislodged. So that untabbed, and it would be nice if that was a bit more of a solid piece. Oh, solid connection. So that comes down. You're going to use, see if I can feel it. Basically, these are going to sit in the back, and tab in, sort of in the back. Like so, they'll sort of sit in somewhere. It's more like a feeling more than a thing of anything else. Drop those down, and there is Rodimus Unicronus in his robot mode. Now, he does have a card. It's in storage. I couldn't be bothered getting it out, so I don't know which of them went with this. So take a guess. I know each figure had different ones, so there it is. Now, if you've seen my Fix-It, you'll know why there's no stickers on his shin. If you haven't, I pulled these ones off and these ones off to fix his knees because they were really loose. And while they're not 100%, they are 100 times more than they were, and now he's not falling over every other second. So if you want to know if you got this figure, or even the Hot Rod version, or the Rodimus version, and you want to know how to tighten his knees up, and his ankles up, watch that video. I will leave a link right here. So here he is, and I will say, I know a lot of people talked about it when it came out. It was very unique that they used his thighs as the arm joints instead of the legs. So I think that was pretty clever. I reckon they need to do that more often. And this is a nice figure. Like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of the Rodimus version because there was 2 tones of reds, but this is all black, so it's pretty. Also, I know it's been said, but by God, he looks like a member of the Village People. Go the 60s. 70s? 60s. One of the two. Either way, they're awesome. So here he is. He does have a giant gap in the back, but if you're looking at his back, there's something wrong with you. And of course, you can have him either dual wield or solo wield. I usually have him solo wield, doing a sort of pointed up gun thing. So, size comparison, here he is once again with Masterpiece Hot Rod. I do not have Masterpiece Rodimus. Oh god, how I would love a Masterpiece Rodimus. Just to leave him in car mode. I really want that Winnebago mode. But here he is with MP10. In hindsight, I should have grabbed my MP10B. So there you go. So it's about roughly the same size. As for articulation, his head can't do a 360 either, even though I think it's a ball joint, I think, but because of the way it is, it doesn't tilt. But the collar pieces do get in the way. So arms can do a full 360 on the, ironically, it's a combination of the knee joint and the hips. So sort of mushrooms there. So twist that, it does sometimes actually twist the hips. Oop. Stay. And I think due to that, I've just actually locked his upward movement. Stay. Stay. So arm can go out. Just trying to think. You can sort of, the arm goes out sort of that far. You also get a slight butterfly joint due to those knee joints. Bicep rotation, it doesn't go up as far, only goes up that far. However, we do have wrist rotation this time. No waist because that's all one solid piece. You can lift this up. And I think I've actually dislodged him a little bit. Leg goes up that far. Leg only goes back that far. You could probably open this up to give you a bit more range. Leg can only go up this far. You cannot move this side skirt. He has thigh rotation. He has knee joint, which is nice and tight now. Yes, the hip probably could do more some work, but oh well. Leg can go back forward that far. He actually has ankle tilt. Doesn't really go up. It does go up, but I've got it really tight now. And goes back a little bit, and of course, heel can do what you want. So there we go. So if you want to know how to tighten the figure, have a look at that link. Otherwise, this has been Rodimus Unicronus, Power of the Primes. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. I would love to be able to answer people, but no one's commenting, so give me a reason to comment. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.